Sean said, where, you know, NA sort of Sky is a little bit more duelist-esque.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I see. Fair enough. We play. Does the fence hurt when you sit on it?
We'll
or?
wait and see what Victor does.
I'm with you. I'm with you. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out, because I like a bit of both. If he can work that fine line,
Finding the balance, yeah.
it would be wonderful. But for now, KRU, not normally one to be dictated to when it comes to pace. We'll have to see how this works out. Again, highlighting a couple of things. That KJ setup was working wonders previously. See if it translates here. Envy. Tommy's been beefing up. He's happy. And Yay, and the rest of the boys taking fast mid control.
Have to force their way through here, actually. It's 3 members of KRU who are over to B site already. Naxit can find Victor on the way through, though. Crashy's good for the trade. Crashy finds another one.
Yeah, Crashies is just deep in CT, and KRU are like, no, you're meant to be fighting us, but FNS holding that push back through Crashies. What a sick round from this man. 2 big kills towards CT, spins around, catches the player on the stairs, and Delzik has been pinned in here. Yeah, he's got his number. Envy with a belting start, and what an unorthodox round. Rather than focusing on the site, transitioning through towards CT.
Absolutely, and taking full control of market, and Yay actually in no man's land towards heaven on A to actually find that final kill.
Yo, that first kill was nuts.
Yeah.
It was Boathouse. I thought it was both in CT.
One enemy remaining.
Let's go,
But probably again, FNS unnoted to this point as well, other than when he first appeared in B main. So really, really nice round from Envy. Actually, an indicator of potentially the pace that they might try and pick up once again here. So that was a fast pistol round.
I mean, I saw Victor ahead of Yay, so I don't know what we were at. I don't know, man. You see Victor just full send. At this point, Marv, though, going to clean up towards Kesner as they do try and push out a little bit here. That probably, again, I think we've got our answer here.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we do.
How do we feel?
Can we get a Sean Pov up on the screen? But
oh, don't tempt production. They'll get all excited. Oh, can we do it? At this point, a little ambitious on the self pop flash around. Look, if it works, it works. It didn't that time. However, we've seen plenty of danger in these eco rounds. These anti-ecos have been scary for both sides, and it's been a bit weird. It's a little unorthodox, a little out of sorts, but only 3 remain. Now, how many tags have we done? I guess FNS is low enough to actually be potentially picked off by any of these weapons now, so that does become maybe a bit of a threat, but no, kept in check, at least for now, by Marved.
See an exit. And Delzik left to find something left on this, actually. Look at that, Yay. Will fall, actually. So the classic, but Marvin in position to find him on the cross, and we find the second. 3 weapons carried across. I think back, actually, map 1, they did convert the third. It was on the next that they actually fell short. That's when things got a little weird in terms of the economy and that rhythm of the game that we're used to. So see if Envy can get anything done here. Yay, nowhere near the Blade Storm.
No.
Slower start this time around, but expect him to be the one to just dash inside of smoke, and maybe not looking for those kills, actually creating space for Victor actually on that roll to follow up.
Him following up? Interesting. Well, we'll see. Kesnit, Nagzet, all starting to get a little aggressive. Not by massive means, but not particularly sick. That's a bit dangerous. I really didn't expect him to kind of play that deep towards middle. I thought he might show a little presence on short or something, but no, happy to linger around. And now we wait and see. It does seem as though they are starting a little bit of a slow build towards A as well. Just saw the dog invested coming out there from Victor.
Envy's spread very thin here, actually. FNS outside A main, and Victor actually trying to gather some information on the way in.
Right here.
With his utility, but nothing noted, I don't think. Again, KRU playing deep enough where they weren't flashed, they weren't spotted by the Tiger either. And Envy will now drift into B main. Tommy will be called upon.
Zeno's in such a tough
spot. Oh, it's a big
here.
tag with the recon bolt.
That's lovely work coming out. Klaus really helping that out. At least dissuade that approach for now. Envy looking for another option.
Initially, it did draw this rotation. You see Nags now heading back towards A. Originally, there were 3 players committed here. Envy about to walk right into the heavier side of the tag.
Pop flash comes out. Does well. Not well enough to swing on. Kesnet has to fall back from that. Now Tree's been somewhat given over, but there's a swing out. Delzik, great positioning, but the cubby is tricky to get more than one from, and they've actually drifted away. So pulled rotations, then going to go for the hit off the back. I think FNS took some space towards it. Mazzino was towards site, on towards stairs. Yay now catching rotations. 1, looks for a 2, not going to happen. Delzik, good spacing on this for KRU. Still able to keep themselves working back in. This is still doable. A 2v2.
Probably provide as well, actually. Crash is going to send a shock dart in. That's
Crashy?
Do a lot of... What? Naxit just drifting ahead there.
Yeah. I'm surprised Crashy's got rewarded for that, honestly. Like, he was just, yeah, okay, if you're going to come into my crosshair, fair enough.
Well, I mean, that's it. Now with the Cosmic Divide going up, Delzik got to reconsider his approach, and now actually a considerable amount of time eaten away with just that engagement. Looking as if he's going to opt to try and hold on to this weapon. He will back away. So Marvin crashes. Will they catch on across? No, Delzik not even going to entertain it. So interesting there, but Envy pulling one way and the other. There's a term we have for that, right?
Double pump?
I think that's the one, actually.
Yeah, double pump.
Envy pumping crew. All over the map.
Yeah, kind of curious if it's off the back of the information that FNS found there. I do remember him at the start of the round kind of peeling off as they were kind of leaning towards that A side as they would up cat. He was kind of still a little bit of a look towards middle, but yeah, some
well, it's interesting.
Rotations.
It's just on the back of Delzik showing as well. I don't think anything else is, other than the flash initially from Kesnet. There's still a third player unnoted there. So Envy actually over-anticipate. It's still getting it right, but they're able to come back and find that 3v1. Yay, playing that perfect spot deep towards market.
Naxit was the only one with the rifle this round, so he has to be the influence in this, and he is already. Naxit going to find two. Maybe kind of they were lured in, baited in by just hearing those pistols, those sheriffs going off, and Crashy shuts him down. Yeah, that was just for lunch, dinner, and hey, make it breakfast the next morning. Now a 3v3, but the problem is that rifle, I don't know how recoverable that would be for maybe Kesnet, if he could maybe siphon that way, he has. So at least there's something here. But again, little armor, already tagged up, damage. This should be Envy converting, but FNS starting to make his little bit of a look towards middle. Finds him completely unawares. Kesnet did not expect that little slight aggression from FNS.
Klaus and Delzik forced to fight their way back in. Actually, Klaus will find an upgrade.
Spike planted.
Delzik looking to challenge Crashies in B main. Hunter's Fury available, so again, a decent enough read from Crew, but Crashy's not happy about that one.
Do you think his mouse got stuck?
Yeah. Incoming tech pause?
Maybe.
Mouse 1 is stuck, that's concerning.
Yeah, I really hope we see a tech pause off that. I hope Crashes is okay.
He's 8-0, so I think he's
doing all right.
Yeah, for a broken mouse, actually.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
No, this was the one.
Actually ate this.
Oh, it just takes the wind out of you, doesn't it? There's the follow-up. Now, they cut the audio from that. I think that was really a nice attempt, guys.
Yeah, great round. Good stuff.
Naxit, though, this guy's still not afraid to take these aggressive peeks. I like what he's trying to do. And I mean, on Icebox, it kind of looked pretty scary for a while, but it's after that, Envy was still converting these rounds with 4 players, even down to 3 sometimes. So I'm waiting to see that next layer from Crew to be able to convert them. Now they have the player advantage.
Naxit will peel away. Yeah, Envy happy to sit tight for the time being again. I mean, their ability in previous rounds to pull these rotations. I think they're expecting maybe a peak from mid towards market, but yeah, Klaus actually posted with an Odin. I'm sure Mitch is smiling backstage, big Klaus fan. Envy here. Yeah, he's just fishing for that kill utility, and it still goes off. The alarm bot will reveal their position. Actually, Mazzino closes the door. They'll commit to site here. Naxit actually going to pick up the slack with the operator. Again, Envy very cautious here. Crew not giving anything away though, Lauren.
No, I like this patience now being shown by Crew.
Destroyed.
Oh, yes. Ooh, he's still committed. He still went through. Marved. Gets Kesnet, and now this is a problem. Jay's going to spot this cross. Knows that they're now leaning this way. Do they now re-aggress back towards B? Maybe a little bit of information, but this is late in the day. Any problems is now going to start going wrong. Naxit's going to find Ye, but look at the Xeno's position. It's filthy. He's going to hold that cross. The site's his. Crew are finally on the board.
And Delzik finding FNS, the timing is perfect. Now, again, they can read that situation perfectly. They anticipate that's the lurk. That's the flank control right there. So straight away, Naxit comes back, picks up that position once again. Actually gets the better of Ye with the operator. You're right, again, to still be playing like this in the early round, considering it being a brawl on Icebox, yes, I feel like KRU are able to find some impact openings, but it's important to note Victor's adjustment here. Again, we haven't really seen any rounds yet where ENVY are able to employ him effectively. No,
he's been pretty much shut down at this point. Nagzet again, still making deeper pushes, and I guess that is going to alleviate the rest of the players who are on 8. Yay, though, swiftly making his way through. This is just, they found a space and they're exploiting it. Middle has been a problem to hold for KRU. Now again, short. This time Delzik, it works out well for him. Denies Victor, who's not really, as said, found much form yet on that Sky. Struggling a little. But half of the map is now basically as a no entry sign. We're looking towards B here. Pops the old Klaus. Oh dear. How are you going to dodge this? With ease, apparently. Klaus is just fine, but the KJ ult has come in as well.
It's way ahead of the beat, actually. Mazzino pops this all the way in spawn. Only really cuts off the walkout from B main. And Market. So invested. Almost as crowd control here, but no follow-up. No real territory gained off that. No. Like I said, it was way ahead of that execute, so...
30 seconds left.
Yeah, actually hopping up there.
Mazzino just found FNS on the cross-in anyway, but Marv did remove Klaus from his side, but we know that there's still a player here. Crashies goes, no, I won't get you on the first try. I'll come back around. Just hold on. I'll be back there in a second. He gets him. 3v2, Nagzit and Delzik. Now, Delzik was noted earlier, but he's already towards CT, but Ye's got the cross. Now, this cross is harder anyway, but Ye's starting to warm up here. We're starting to see that El Diablo come online. It's a brave position. Can only be held for so long. Keep in mind, Market is going to become a problem. He knows it. There is a tiny bit of time he gets to work in, and that's a shot and a half towards Nagzit. And now the follow-up. Yeah, he's just showing off now. He's starting to feel himself, starting to feel a little warmed up in this game. A lovely, lovely round from ENVY.
A 5-1 lead, actually, and KRU, they're going to be struggling here. I mean, talk about Victor, Klaus and Kesnet yet to get on the board as well, who... Again, don't necessarily have slow, but look at this, the timing of Ye getting into Market. Exactly. This is the point where potentially we look towards, I mean, we talked about on Icebox, KRU looking to get a little more proactive. It's only really Nagzet being the one to swing early round, and then he's sitting back very deep. KRU don't then want to follow up on that first blood or even the mid control gained on the back of it.
Yeah. Now ENVY have the run of this house. See what Nagzit can do, but again, they are still able to get entries. It looks like they're trying to address this mid-piece maybe that's been coming through being a problem. I do want that to be something they do address quickly because they've been punished on rotation so often. You've seen FNS up middle, you've seen Ye up middle, they've been trying to get there, and they do, more often than not. So, as it stands, KRU have a little bit of different pace coming into this. Nagzit, maybe off the back of that flash, takes a little look, spots one. There's a second. It's Ye. That's the next layer of the issue. You're going to go watch one of these angles. Don't double down on Ye right now. Oh no, and Klaus, this could be lamb to the slaughter, or maybe just silencing everyone else. Klaus! Huge 3 kills, but the problem is, does this get converted again? We still see KRU clutching at these straws, and they get so close. But it's still 5-1, and it's still a 2v1.
Cosmic Divide available. Marv is down to 10 HP. Crashies going to resort to sight. Marv playing a very cheeky spot here.
He kind of has to. 1 and done, 10 HP.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called for.
Really good stuff from ENVY now. And 6-1, like I said, financial struggles. Nagzit not even been able to afford a weapon. They're obviously riding the Blade Storm through. And now I think they're going to be suffering on the back of that.
And I think that round, again, characterizes some of the issues we've seen throughout this. The KRU will pull off those insane 3Ks. They'll get the perfect entries on the start, or they'll get, you know, those first picks, first bloods. But then it's the conversion off the back. Those 3 kills were great, but then you're left in a 2v1. You've still got a post-plant with really comfortable positioning on the back. It's just, they're not catching a break on this. They can't convert that final piece of it.
I got to say, and this is where we start to question kind of the fundamentals on the side of KRU there. Ye finds the first kill. Kesnet fully dry, swings out.
Wide swings.
And like 3 seconds later to try and trade that, and it's like...
That's a dream for Ye. Yeah. He's out there just like, yeah, not perfect.
If anything, double swing it.
If you're going to.
Yeah, and again, I understand this a little deeper. They want to play off that flash, but again, there was no audible cue off that. It didn't flash anybody, so Nagzit almost overstays his welcome there to even try and find that kill.
Yeah, and you can see the coaches having a chat. And I think that a lot of the things we're noticing clearly will be being talked through. A couple of issues now. They got to get a grip on it. It's starting to spiral. And we've seen it. A confident envy is the scariest kind of envy, right? And they've had a shaky start here and there. They probably aren't at that full peak confidence yet. I don't think so, at least. And I think when we see that, that's when they start being very, very hard to handle. However, they're slowly building towards it. At 6-1, you're going to start believing in it.
Well, and this is the round where really things feel as if they can snowball.
Yeah.
Again,
Placing
have
sentry.
sheriffs invested. Nags it with a scope, but ultimates available. Hunter's Fury, the Seekers, and the Cosmic Divide still up. Actually, Delzik been sitting on that for a while now. On the other side, FNS lockdown available. Nags it again, happy to come out and play here, look for something in the early round, but I think now Envy may be going to be in a bit more control. And feels as if their crew are going to be happy to throw bodies into finding that first blood.
Yeah, I still want them to stay clean in their anti-ecos, or I guess against a force buy here. You do have, I guess, a Shiko and a Marshall. Yeah, he does get tagged off this. Crashies in the meantime did find Delzik. So again, progressing towards the site is the more important thing, the more imperative part of this, and Crashies has done excellent at that. Yeah, even catching Nagset again on that, trying to re-aggress down middle. It's like, buddy, no. Let's do it. Mazzino found towards deep side, and now Klaus, what, a 1v5? Nah, not gonna happen. Envy, that's much better. Prime Gaming flawless, really to characterize something we've been looking for. Clean anti-ecos from either side. Try and make sure they keep this one in check, and as I said, I love that Crashies was slowly, methodically working through the site. Cleanly just working his way through here. You can see it. Lovely work from him there, and the follow-up not too far off the back either. Little flash, but just fine. Swings it out in combination.
One enemy
Again,
remaining.
it's interesting, again, with Ye kind of opting
It's over. I'm in.
to see, obviously, this adjustment here. Ye sitting on the operator in so many rounds. It relies on Crashies and Victor to kind of be the information gatherers. Obviously, FNS out elsewhere and in that lurking role. Nags it again, though. Look at him drifting forward. The owl drone force him back. Stops any further aggression coming through, but Crash is doing a fantastic job so far, Lauren, of being the one to lead some of these pushes.
And look at it again, now they're looking elsewhere. The op's been noted towards one side. Ye quickly takes down Mazzino, and now they're going to be looking towards the site. Can anything stop them? Delzik this time. He did it once before and got away with it twice. Not going to happen. High flash comes out.
God.
Victor, that's the sky we want to see in his hands. And now the last two. Nags already got noted, and I think Klaus did as well at the start, so they kind of know where these players are. Nags, though, does at least find Crashies, but that was, you know, a little ambitious.
Look good coming around the corner, though.
Diddle-diddle-doo.
I think Nagset and Klaus, fairly obvious. They're going to try and sit back here. FNS and Marved, actually, going to make their way through tiles and maybe see if they can catch him off here. Again, it would be big. This is the point with a round like this that you want to punish the economy. Envy stack on, I mean, a ridiculous amount. Yeah, been able to hold this operator, I think, since the second purchase here. A little bit of damage goes through. Victor goes for the wallbang. FNS will find one. Klaus, the last one remaining, will actually remove the operator.
I don't know what money's like. It should be okay. I thought it was a little lower. It caught my eye a couple of times, but
I think at this point, I mean, they can still throw something into most of these rounds.
Yep. Oh, did I? Kesnet, you sitting on the nest egg? I think he's on 0. I'm not 100% sure. Skies are having a rough game today.
Wipe the scoreboard real quick. I'll leave that one up there for a while.
Ah, the tab key's not working. We can't show it. Ooh.
It's to hit Klaus on a rifle. Sheriff's elsewhere. I was talking about snowballing. It's already well underway. Again, Envy still have some huge tools to use when they see fit.
Yeah, Mully's just fine. Ops back out for Ye. He's all good. Nagset's been doing this consistently. I don't think you can be surprised if you're Envy. And there you go. Turret's already going to give away that Nagset was once again testing this approach. Try to peek on the other side, but a stack towards A here. Now, maybe a bit of adjustment. Bear in mind that Crashies and Marved had lots of success slowly working this, but the flash, Delzik could work on Marved. Popping the ult to follow, Crashies has to do the dance. They both avoid most of it. They at least don't lose life, but 70 HP is what they get to walk away with.
Both will get healed up, though, by Victor. So that ultimate all but negated here. The thing is, now they've burnt it, so FNS can actually lean back on his lockdown, should they choose to execute towards A here. It's looking like that might be the end goal. Nags it with that scope up in heaven. Here we go. Lockdown comes through. It's going to force KRU out here. Yay will actually find a kill. The Owl Drone will spot Nagzet.
30 seconds.
Gotta
It's
get out of there.
so choreographed. It's so well done, Hypok. All of this is so beautifully put together. Every piece considered. Flash on the way back through, but the ult's still in play, and Victor's still watching it. Good flash connection that time. Ye's going to keep himself safe. Response back and forth. Neither able to capitalize off the back of these flashes as Victor will wait below. Has the dirty angle to play with. Swing from FNS if needed. And he goes up for it. Victor with a double. Making up for a slower start and a good attempt from Klaus, but another for Envy.
Again, the damage doesn't really matter at this point through Envy, and again, discipline to only throw a couple of ultimates into that. I mean, as soon as the Hunter's Fury comes out, you can see FNS drifts towards A. They know they have pretty much a guaranteed entry, or at least they can isolate that one player that is still playing on site, especially with Ye finding that kill. Yep. Onshore creates that opening. They don't have that second issue, which is there somebody sitting in tree? Is there somebody going to be watching window? Really, really good stuff by Envy. KRU back on a full purchase. They call a timeout once again, and I think conversely, what we were expecting out of KRU, it was Envy that kind of pushed the tempo a little bit after the previous.
And why not? I mean, it's the most annoying thing that when you call tactical timeouts, you come up with that adjusted plan, but then being the opponent, you go, well, let's just go aggressive because they have only so many rounds to work with, so why not just throw a curveball? Because they can't then do the approach that they'd theory crafted. Exactly.
At this point, you got to think, let's throw something out there, see what sticks, because, I mean, even if you come through with the last two, well, I hope it doesn't end 9-3. It's a little cursed, actually.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Rumor has it.
It's the goal. Get to 9-3. We'll see. See if the curse holds true.
If all else fails, finish 9-3. It's still winnable.
Truly. And they've got a decent purchase for it. Probably why the timeout was called, just to make sure they have that plan in mind. It gives them a couple more options and maybe just to talk through something they want to address. It's been a couple of looks out of Envy that have been hard to handle. You know, the mid control they've been able to exploit a fair amount, and you know, consistently punishing those rotations. The good work from Crashies, I think it was Marv, working towards A and mostly doing pretty well off the back. Again, the pressure then, the second layer of Ye coming up short. A lot's been going right for Envy. KRU, I want to see what they address it with. Okay, Ye, little jump spot at the start. Now it's going to be our battle count to 3. Pull the trigger? No, just fine. He'll wait it out. We're forced into a bit of a corner now, as well, towards B main. Mazino, beautiful shot. Klaus did have his back as well, so a 2-for-1 trade, but there's Ye again. Punishing Nagzit. Pound for pound, Ye has had his number, reading this over aggression and the willingness to fight and taming it almost instantly.
It's textbook Jet Death, honestly. Has excelled here on ASCENT. Kesnet will have to try and flash through, will find a good connection. FNS will fall, but the Seekers will reveal exactly where Kesnet is playing. And actually, second note, and you can see the ping come up on the minimap here. So Envy going to try and find this 2v1 quickly. Victor needs to be the one to lead the charge here.
Maybe just keeping themselves within trade range. Close flash, but it's going to be on the corner. The timing's awful. Ye gets cornered. Delzik, what an angle! Individual prowess from Delzik right there.
Yeah. And holds down the fort, and the timing pretty much perfect there, but I feel as if Victor needs to be the one to be decisive. And again, it's awkward. There's a little bit of space between you and Ye. Ye's got an operator, so ultimately it's not as if he can full-on swing the trade 2 or 3 seconds later, but I feel as if Victor needs to go through. He has both of his flashes. He still has the Tiger, I'm pretty sure, as well, to clear that out. So potential really to prevent Delzik from being in that one spot that breaks down that audible.
I'll find them.
Maybe 9-3.
I don't want to read any social media if that's the case. I'm going dark.
Yeah, made me laugh like Jimmy Carr. That's always going to go well. Nagzit going to be forced away. Yeah, Victor this time checking on Delzik, he's been really good with these little angles, little ratty plays. Like, he's been finding bits of work for him, but not this time.
Well, they tried to work around him getting into wine in the previous round. I think it was noted, and Envy was just like, we don't want to mess with it. So it's good to see Envy just immediately address that and relinquish kind of that control.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Ooh, Crashies, any info for it? A little. Just one.
Enough.
Just
enough to pop it.
Pops the ult. Now, Mazino's been tagged on that as well. Down to 45. He did have that jet by his side, so the op's still in play here. So don't get overly confident, Crashies. You got some problems around that corner.
Well, similar situation now. The Hunter's Fury burned up. Mazino can actually sit on the lockdown as a retake tool. If Envy decide to end up on 8.
Oh, but this could be such a misread. Klaus could call this, and they're going to sit here with some sort of conviction. Look at the mid control on the way back in, though.
They're through market.
So again, this is going to be such a weird round because I guess, conflicting assignments, right? So they've taken what they need. B's going to be theirs. The retake's going to be a bit weird.
Left.
Now, again, we look at middle. This now swings. The pendulum goes the other way around. You've got to look towards, who would that be? Victor, I guess, sitting on the other side of this. Has to find this frag. Nags it, checks it, but not well enough. Victor will be the victor in that. Flash to follow, he knows there's more on shore. Klaus, though, that position was the one that could have been the curveball. Double flash doesn't come in, he's blind, but not blind. No, Victor!
My word.
Unbelievable work from Victor, he wanted more, he was feeling himself,
Yeah.
but Klaus will tame that. But now Klaus has 3 more to go through. Make it just 2. Klaus, how much more? 37 HP in a dream. And he's going to hear, he knows they're getting close, and they play it together.
Beautifully done there, Victor. Literally holding down the fort to prevent that rotation coming through. And I think actually in that scenario, the only feasible thing for KRU to do is to retake mid. Obviously, Klaus has that control over in B main. And actually the lockdown coming through and ultimately Mazzino needs to get to Klaus, right? So Victor in the perfect position to prevent the very thing. It's so difficult for them to come through from spawn, try to use that lockdown on switch. And it takes so much time.
Yeah, it's a lot went right for Envy in that half. And I think this is the Envy I've been looking to see. For KRU, though, a couple of the things that stood out to us still line up. A couple of those entry kills, a couple of the bits and pieces, a couple of the individuals look great, but it's just not enough, it feels like, at the moment. No,
and again, we talk about kind of repeating successes from map 1 and how sustainable that sort of play style is. On the half of KRU, I got to say, there isn't the framework in place around Nagzet. Nagzet's been trying. I mean, through all the faults of KRU, Nagzet has been trying his heart out.
And just breaking hearts is yay. Straight on the other side, just drags him down. Not going to have it. Falls deeper away, gives up the angle on short. KRU will get a little bit of territory, but at the loss of Nagzet now.
Yeah. I think now KRU going to reconsider. Alarmbot will give this away. Still 2 players of Envy committed towards B. It'll be Marv and FNS to hold this down. Kesnet actually gets the better of Yay there. FNS going to be proactive here, will swing through. Delzik in position to greet him though.
Yeah, okay. This isn't bad. This is punishing Envy, maybe over-aggressing in some ways there. But Marv's still on site. Gonna isolate one, there's too much fun.
Oh my God!
He lines him up and knocks him down. That's 2 big kills, and suddenly we go back into Envy having favor, and Klaus could not have seen a thing.
It's just so disjointed and weird and back and forth, but Envy's ability to stabilize in some of these rounds where I need a counter on the number of times KRU draw first blood.
And they still get turned around.
Or equalize a man advantage and then find a second and still lose the round. Marved here, the second is literally gifted. Kesnet, no idea what's even going on there.
Actually nuts. Actually nuts. And dude, if this builds Envy's confidence further, a game like this, game on, that group becomes a little bit more tricky. But now though, we jump back in. Victor just puts his body on the line, holds down Mouse One, has to get back, crashes though. He's picking it up. He's still gonna push forward to them. They've got Stingers, they've got Spectres, they've got anything that they could. Yeah, he's now made his appearance. Say goodnight. Kesnet does what he can, but Envy knows this is their game. 12-2 now.
And the difference here, backs against the ropes, they know that they can just bully KRU in the early rounds here. Now, 12-2. Envy on the brink of closing out map 2 in convincing fashion. So what have we got to work with here for KRU? SMGs, Klaus with a Sheriff, and a Bulldog.
Turret out.
We've got the Guardians out, FNS and Yay both opting for Guardians. All but a formality at this point. Envy have just been in total control of this second map. Again, Victor looking to come through the recon bolt. We'll ping 2. Again, we'll hold the line for the time being. As Ye's got himself tucked into Wine. We'll drift away and potentially try and greet KRU in mid. Yeah, he actually pulls away from it again. Actually timed off the Owl drone as well. Again, it's eating up so much time. Again, the flash is perfect, actually, from Victor.
Here he comes.
Even better.
Straight out flash, though. They both having to respect it to an extent. Victor does come out of it first, but is it? Yay!
It's Yay over the top. Of course.
Yay! It's so early. It's not even got +6. Yay! Stop! They've got families, dude. And now Ye just going to carry on forward. Jay wants this over and done with. He wants them dead and buried. Nags, is he already thinking that Nags might be here? Yeah, all right. Ye's on it today.
Okay.
Not bad. Nags still got some fire in him. 2v2. Oh, it's laboured.
Okay.
That's not going in the frag movie.
No.
30 seconds
I don't
left.
think we'll see that one in the post-game highlights, but Nagzip will recover the spike here. FNS will tap it out.
Defenders
Envy
win.
13-2 KRU Esports.